Potato stew. So I did some things ahead of time just because I didn't want the video to run long. So I cooked the sweet potato, and I'm going to actually turn my camera around so you can kind of see things as I'm explaining them, because it probably will make it just a little bit easier. Okay, so I just followed the recipe on the back of the package, and it says peel and cut 2 large sweet potatoes into small cubes. So that should be about 4 cups. So what I did when I cut the sweet potatoes, I put them into our multi-purpose steamer so you can see, and then I cooked them for 6 minutes in my microwave. And they're tender, they're ready to go. One trick I wanted to show you with the multi-steamer is it's silicone, and so it's quite flexible. So imagine if you had soup or what have you in there. It's kind of hard and heavy to pick up, and our microwave is above our stove. So I have square Corelle plates, so I just put my steamer onto the plate, and then I grab the plate when I pull it out of the microwave. So that's a good tip. I've spilled more than once with the steamer until I figured that out. So just a tip, if you get the multi-purpose steamer, that's something that you might want to keep in mind. Okay, so I've already cooked the sweet potatoes, and then it says that we're going to cook a 1/2 pound of ground turkey. I cooked a whole pound because that's how we freeze them, is into a pound package. So, and I didn't think it would be a big deal to have the extra meat into the package. So I already cooked that ahead of time in a skillet. So now it says their directions are having you do it in a pot on the stove, but I'm going to try to do it all in the steamer. I think it'll work. You know, we'll see how it goes. So right now, after we've done the turkey, we're going to actually add in 1 can of diced tomatoes. So I have those open, can of diced tomatoes, and I'm going to throw them all into where the sweet potatoes are. So we're going to do 1 can of diced tomatoes, 1 can of light coconut milk. So coconut milk, we found our coconut milk at the Dollar Tree. As we're doing this, I'll just explain how I know Julie. I met Julie years ago at a Weight Watcher meeting in Rancho Cucamonga. I lived in Fontana for many years, over 20 years. And I've recently retired, and my husband and I moved to Waco, Texas. So if you're a Fixer Upper fan, you might recognize that name for sure. So, but yeah, that's where we live. Okay, so the milk, the coconut milk we found at Dollar Tree. The one thing about Waco, Texas is we only have one grocery store. We only have an H-E-B. So like California, they have, you know, Stater Brothers, Winco, Ralph's, a whole bunch of different supermarkets. Well, we don't have that luxury here. So an H-E-B is priced-wise kind of like a Kroger. So if you could buy things and find things at the Dollar Tree, you get to save a little bit of money. Hi, Julie. Hi, Lynn. Okay, so now we have our coconut milk is into our sweet potatoes now. And then we're going to add a cup of water or broth. So I made chicken broth and from Epicure, and I'll show you that. So that's what my cup is going to be, 1 cup of broth. I'm going to put that in there. And then it says to add this season package. So we're going to add the season package and give it a stir. And I'm going to stick it in the microwave. I think I'm going to try 4 minutes. I'd rather undercook it and have to go back rather than overcook it. Because once you overcook it, there's not much you can do about it. Okay, it smells good. I'm still not sure about the peanut butter, but we'll give it a shot and see what it tastes like. So let me turn my camera down, or actually I can just probably hold this up before I put it there. So you can kind of see what it looks like. So I'm going to put the lid on it, and our steamer, the silicone steamer, forms a seal. So it's all sealed in there. And then it has 3 air vents on the top that lets the steam come out. And one thing about the steamer that when you have vegetables, like the sweet potatoes that I cut up, you don't add water. It just takes some moisture from the vegetables, so you don't have to add any additional water. So let me stick this in the microwave. It's quite heavy again now. That's why I have the Oh, you know what I see? Look, we missed the meat. That's the reason why I have things set aside. So I cooked a pound of ground turkey and I added salt and pepper. And I found with Epicure's products, because they are lower in sodium and sugar, you might find yourself at first just adding a little bit of sodium. We both have high blood pressure, and so we're conscious about that. Okay, now with the added meat, look at how thick of a stew that made. So I'm just gonna basically heat it up, and then that should give the tomatoes and the seasonings time to meld. So now it's really super heavy. Let me get this over into the microwave. Okay. 4 minutes, and then we'll see how it is. And just like I reminded you, it says to cook it on the stove, and I didn't do that. So we're gonna see how it goes. Okay, so now some of the products that I used when we were making this. We used to cut the cutting board. It has non-slip little things, so it didn't slip on my counter. Once it's there, it's there. We used the Pro Chef knife. Now, when I looked just a few minutes ago, the Pro Chef knife is sold out right now, but it'll be coming back. It's a ceramic knife, and it cut really well. You know, sweet potatoes are kind of hard. This did great. We also used our 4-in-1 spice spoon. So it has all-in-one, so you're not looking for a million different spoons. It's got a tablespoon, half a tablespoon, a teaspoon, and a half a teaspoon. So, and these all fit into the Epicure jars. So whatever seasoning you have, the big tablespoon will fit into the jar. For my ground turkey, I seasoned it with salt, pepper, garlic, and it's just a blend, exactly that. Garlic, salt, it's garlic, sea salt, herbs, black pepper. So like I said, we found that it's better to season our meat, because sometimes with the lower sodium, you can really notice that. I use chicken broth, and right now I saw when I went to go do the graphic that chicken broth is sold out, but you can use vegetable broth. We have vegetable broth, chicken broth, beef broth, and a miso broth. The miso is sold out, and chicken right now is sold out, but it will come back. The spoon, the 4-in-1 spice spoon, yeah, it's great. I love it. Okay, and what else was I going to tell you? Oh, if you host a party in September with me, you're eligible to buy the hostess gift, which is pumpkin pie spice. It only comes with this hostess gift, and the Epicure warm, hot, and cold tumbler, and it has a lid. So if you like pumpkin spice lattes, this is a cool gift, and I think it's only $14.50 for hostesses to buy. So that's something to keep in mind if you'd like to host a party. Also, if we book it off of Julie's party, you get an extra $20 in Epicure products just for booking from Julie's party. So if that's something that interests you, just let me know, send me a private message, or just tag me on the Facebook. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, we only have about a minute left. So let's read the comments and let me see how everybody's doing. Yep, accountability buddy. Yep, now I really keep you honest, right, Julie? How funny. And then Lynn's here. Okay, so it's Lynn and Julie. Hey, we could just have a coffee clutch. So if you're catching us on the replay, just post down below an emoji or something that I know that you came back and you watched it. This video is one of the prize ballots videos as well. So you want to make sure you comment, question, something, so that we know that you have seen it. So, okay, so now let me take this out of the microwave and we'll see how it is. And I may have to have Chris come help me. No, I got it. Barely, but it's heavy. This soup is really heavy. I'm gonna look, let's see how many servings this makes. It says it makes 6 servings, but can I just tell you that it's like full. Let me just stir it here. And let's see how it looks really good. So another suggestion that they said you could do is also blend it with your immersion blender and then make it more of a thick stew. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna try this peanut butter. It says to put the peanut butter in it. So here we have a half a cup of peanut butter. It says chunky. I don't care for chunky peanut butter, don't have it. So we're gonna use just the cream. So as you can see, with any of the Epicure products, you're gonna make it to fit your lifestyle. If it's something that you don't like, you know, you're like disgusted that I just threw peanut butter in sweet potato soup, leave the peanut butter out. The same with the coconut milk. If coconut milk is just something that you don't like, then try regular milk or almond milk. We use a lot of almond milk. In fact, I made something the other day and I used almond milk and it tasted just fine. Okay, so I'm gonna just pop this, I think, into the microwave just one more minute. Let me just taste the flavor. So you still even have to taste it. Even though it's a seasoning package, you still want to taste it. Okay, it's not bad. You can taste the peanut. So let's mix this up a little bit and then throw it in the microwave. Okay. Put the lid back on and then get it that seal there. Okay. There we go. We'll lift it back up here. Oops. I see our microwave tray is crooked. That's probably what was making all those sounds. Of course, right? When you're on a live video, that's when things are going to go wrong. But that's okay. We'll just roll with it. It's 2020. What can we say, right? Okay. Let me just put that another minute. Now that I'm tasting that, it has a little bit of a spice. Not a hot spice, but it definitely has a little bit of a spice to it. So let me see if I can look and see if it tells us what the individual ingredients are. Onion, garlic, it just says spices. Nutritional, oh, it has cayenne. So it's not super hot, but it does have cayenne pepper in it. So you're gonna have that little bite to it. So then once we heat it up, to make it a perfectly balanced dish for the Epicure Life Challenge, you would just add a roll. So it said just a wheat roll would go with it, which would be good. Dunking bread in warm soup, I mean, really, could you get any better than that? Okay, so let's take this out and it should be ready to plate here in just a sec here. Okay. And again, this said to do it on the stove, and I did it all in the steamer. Okay, so let's do this. Let me get a clean spoon so I can just taste again. And you always want to taste as you go along, no matter what it is. You want to just make sure you got your flavors right. That's good. Okay, so it makes 6 servings, and so this whole microwave steamer is full. And then just let's wipe the edge, nice clean plating. And there you have it, African sweet potato stew. Okay, I hope you guys like that, and there'll be a shopping link that's coming up. I appreciate you joining Julie's party. I'm sure Julie appreciates it as well. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.